Hey, hello from Las Vegas. It's Chris, and it is Sunday. It is Synthesizer Sunday. It is Synthesizer Studio Sunday. So, today I'm going to review a couple of pieces of gear in my studio. I hope you dig. Now, last week I got a really awesome question on different things in my studio and which things I should review next. Now, I thought that people would want to know about a keyboard, a synthesizer, a guitar, one of my sequencers, but no, the question I got was my keyboard stands, dude, and it's the simplest and most easy question to answer, and also there is a basis to what keyboard stands I bought and why I bought them. So basically, I have a whole bunch of guitars here and synthesizers, and I've laid them all on 3-tier stands. Now, I did that so it'd be easier to grab something and play it, and then put it back and grab something else, but also I wanted to organize everything without everything being hung up on the wall. Oh, and speaking of that, as far as these walls, this wall right here, I'm thinking floating shelves. Floating shelves for the dolls, and or put synthesizer modules up on the top of the walls. Right here and here, or just the dolls on top of the walls right there. Just so I don't have dolls hanging off of my keyboards anymore. As cool as that looks, like it's a whole bunch of models like laying on a car or something like that, like they're keyboard models instead of car models, I still want to play those keyboards, so I'm going to move the dolls eventually onto floating shelves in here. Why am I keeping the dolls? Just for inspiration, just because of my love of the 80s. But now, keyboard stands. Now, I have several keyboard stands, and there are reasons why I got the 3-tier, 2-tier add-ons to my keyboard stands. Now, most of my keyboard stands, you'll notice, are the X kind, the foldable X kind keyboard stands. Now, I added these extra tiers on so I could layer them. If you look at people who play keyboard in the 1980s, they had like racks of keyboards that they would like play on top of each other, and then maybe run out into the audience and play guitar. Now, just for organization, and just because of my love of the 80s, I would love a keyboard rack. Now, there are 2 reasons why I decided to do floating keyboard tier stands rather than hang up hooks on the wall. Now, there's this awesome channel. It's called Pink and the Guitar Cat. This girl reviews all her favorite guitars. She's got some of the best guitars that have ever been made in history. I really love her collection. The cool thing about her collection is all her guitars are hung up on her wall on plastic hooks that like stick to your wall. Now, as cool as that looks, I am scared to death, dude. Scared to death that one of that girl's guitars is gonna fall off the wall, and she's got them hung over her bed, so I'm like scared to death they're gonna fall off of her wall and fall on her. Now, since I don't want my guitars to fall on the wall, I decided to add guitar tiers stacked on top of each other for the reason of grabbing my guitar, playing it, putting it back, grabbing another guitar, playing it, putting it back, all right? Now, I've got 3 different guitar stands here that I'm going to show you from 3 different distributors. You can find them all on eBay. I wish I could tell you stuff on Amazon. I'm more addicted to eBay than Amazon. I'm sorry. I happen to think Amazon's a little bit more expensive, even though you'll probably get your packages quicker. Let's begin. Now, I have 3 different guitar stands that are add-ons to a regular X stand, and I'm going to show them to you. Okay, one is the 1QX200 second tier. That's that one right there. I have a Gator 3rd tier add-on. That's this one right here. And the last one is like a $21 Chinese knockoff, which are just as cool. I am going to start with the IQX200. Let's go. This one is on top of my Korg station. Okay, let's take this guy off. Now, this stand is one of those stands that you screw into the back of an existing stand. It's really actually kind of cool. You wouldn't think these are very strong, but they are super duper strong. Now there are two kinds of stands you could use. There are the kind that have these little grip vices that you could put into the back bar of a stand, or there's ones that have a clip on top where you could clip on top of an existing tier and stack and stack and stack. Theoretically, I could stack another stand on top of this and make this a quadruple stand. I have been thinking about that. It could happen. Now, here are the other two type stands. Oh, by the way, this IQX 200, it goes for about $29.99. I've seen them go up to $45. I've seen some prices $65. Don't buy the $65 one. Don't buy the $45 one. Wait for one that's on sale. Buy one for maybe $29, but don't buy a $40. Don't buy like 2 pieces of metal for $49, dude. That's crazy. Let's see. Oh, by the way, they're incredibly strong. I believe these can hold up to 45 pounds. These things are really, really heavy. They're lightweight, but they could hold something that's really, really heavy. I was really scared about what kind of a stand I wanted to use for my guitars. I do trust these stands with my guitars because some of my guitars are kind of expensive, dude. If they fell on the floor and smashed, I would cry. Okay. Let's see. The other two stands we have. Okay, now the first one was the IQX 200. I believe this one is the Gator 3rd tier add-on. Let me show you how this guy looks. And I will show you how it attaches to your keyboard stand. Let's move these cords out of the way. Let's pull this baby out, all right? Now, just like the IQX 200, this 3rd keyboard tier adds on by screwing into the back of your X keyboard stand. Super easy vice to use. Super easy to add on, super easy to remove, okay? Now as you see, all I'm doing is unscrewing this, pulling it right out. Now this little vice thing right there, it locks down inside your keyboard stand to hold this up like another rack, like another shelf, dude. It looks kind of flimsy, it looks like it would be weak, but dude, it totally isn't. It totally like rocks, dude. It totally is heavy, it can hold up to 45 pounds. Pretty darn awesome, dude. As you can see, there's a little hole on the inside of your stand. Take this baby, put that in, and righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Tighten that up. Voila. Heavy, totally ready to rock, totally ready, sturdy. Let me throw this back on there. Let me throw on my other keyboards. And I'm gonna show you the 3rd keyboard stand. It's just a cheapie from China, but even though it's a cheapie from China, I would still totally recommend it. You don't have to buy the most expensive thing. You don't have to buy the name brand keyboard stand. Usually buying something that's affordable without a name brand on it, it will be the same thing. Most of these are manufactured in China. Just because you find something with the name brand on it, most likely it was still produced in China. Most likely by the same people. I don't like what my hair is doing today. By the way, if I'm sweating, this is the hottest room in the house. This is a new house. We've only lived in this house for a year. I would put my keyboards in the hottest room in the house. I will probably love this room in the winter with the sunlight coming in, playing in, I don't know, in the afternoon. But in the summer, this is not working for me, dude. By the way, we've just come off of like 10 days of being over 110 in Las Vegas. So, dude, I've been melting like crazy for the last 10 days, dude. I think this is the first day that it's only like 108. Yesterday was 112, the day before that was 113, the day before that was 114. I don't remember the day before that because I'm delirious from the heat. Okay. The last keyboard stand I wanted to give a quick review of, and by the way, super good question, Brian, for asking about keyboard stands rather than just some gear. Let's throw this up there. The last one that I really dig is this keyboard stand from China. It is only 21 bucks. Totally easy to put onto your keyboard stand, your existing keyboard stand. I think I bought 2 of them. I actually believe this one is another add-on as well. But let's see, a little closer here. Hey, I'm in here and I'm recording. Someone's breaking into my car. All right. So, this last keyboard stand adds onto your existing keyboard stand with clamps. Let's see if I can't close up in on this. Easy as heck to add onto your keyboard stand. It just adds on to a different way than the Gator one and the IQ 200. Let's see. So what you have here is you have an existing X stand, which is how I buy all my stands. I only bought one stand, I believe, that had a double tier on it, but at the same time, I still had to assemble the stand and assemble the double tier, and then I bought a second double tier and added that stand on top of the double tier to make it a third tier. So here's your X stand. You got some, I pull the rest, the little rubber rest, I pull those a little bit forward to expose the back of the stand just so it's clear. For the double stand, there are these little clips, dude, that you slide onto the back of your stand and just tighten the ends, dude. Now you can see I've done this twice, dude. There's one, and here's yet another one, dude, that I have like put onto the end of this tier, making it a third tier. Of course, I could buy another one and stack on top and make a fourth tier. I think my fiance would lose it. If I bought tier after tier after tier, I think he'd be a little upset with me. Okay, so basically your X stand, gonna take these little clips, gotta slide them in and just tighten them up. Easy peasy. And believe it or not, even though this is the cheapest stand, the cheapest add-on tier I could find, probably take you a month or 2 to get from China, it's pretty darn awesome. It works, dude. They're strong, dude. Again, when I watch her channel, every time I watch a clip from Pink and the Guitar Cat's channel, I love her guitars. I love how they're set up in a room. I'm scared to death they're gonna fall off the wall, dude. Even though it's probably like unwarranted, it's probably it's just my phobia is getting to me. But I want that girl's guitars to be strong and sturdy and held up right. And my own as well. So those are the 3 guitar stands that I use that I really dig. Not hard to put on and all, dude. Not expensive. I don't recommend anybody buying the most expensive thing. Usually there's a knockoff that's made by the same manufacturers, just a different name on it, that you could find that works just as well, if not better. Let's see. Don't mind me. I actually want to play music, so I want to organize my cables. Give me a sec. Now, since it's Sunday and I do a studio tour on a Sunday, I am kind of unhappy with my synthwave jam that I did yesterday, because I did it in a hurry, and all yesterday morning I did paddle boating, and I was freaking exhausted when I got home yesterday. Okay? So I will probably do another synth jam on my chords, just because I haven't played my chord vocas in a while, and let's see how this goes, okay? So, let's go back through all of my gear, and if next time you want to hear a review of something else I have, let me know. Let's start with guitars. I have a Korg 707 performance synthesizer, which is a shoulder synthesizer. I have got the Poly 800, Korg Poly 800 to the analog synthesizer, I believe 1983. It's also a guitar. I have two guitars. I have the Roland Axis. I believe it's Roland's second guitar. I believe the SH-101 was their first guitar. I believe this is their second guitar. It's a MIDI controller. I always have those hooked up to these two. This is a Roland Juno Stage. This is a Behringer MS-101. It's a clone of the Roland MS-101. Whew, that's a lot of breath. I'm always controlling these two. If I'm playing these two guitars, I'm controlling these two. Let's see what else I have. I have a Korg. Sorry, I gotta catch my breath. It's very hot in this room. I've got a Korg RK100. I have a Korg RK100S. I have an Alesis Vortex. I love this guy. I use this guy to play my Voca sample. I use this guitar just for drums, basically. Speaking of drums, I have two of the Casio MT series. Basically, Casio made toy keyboards in the 80s with drum pads, dude. So I had to buy them because they had PCM sounds on them. Believe it or not, the sounds on the drums on those aren't so bad. If I could still go to a drum circle right now, I would bring those. After COVID is over, I'm totally going to a drum circle. I'm totally gonna bring my electric drum pads to a drum circle. I've got a couple sequences here. I have a PR100, a Roland PR100. I have a Yamaha QX21. I have a couple of recording devices here. I have several other guitars down here. I took them down so I could show off the stands. Let's see, I have a Roland AX Edge. I love that guitar. I need to update mine. I only have the 1.0. I need to update it for the 2.0. But the last time I tried to edit sounds on my Roland AX Edge, I kind of deleted all my favorites, and it took me like an hour to put them back in. So I'm scared to update that. I'm scared to basically plug in my Roland guitar into my computer and update it to the 2.0 version, because I'm afraid I'm just gonna like delete a whole bunch of sounds again, dude. If that happens, I'm gonna cry. Maybe I'll go to the store and have them do it at the store and say my internet's bad. But those are the main pieces in my studio. I hope you dig the review of the stands. If you see anything else that you would like to hear about, let me know. If you think I'm weird, if you think I'm funny, if you think I'm informative, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. And I'm gonna leave you with Gem and the Holograms on my keyboard. Have a happy and safe Sunday. Be well. Kiss the ones you love.